Hey guys, Eli here, and on today's video, I want to talk about Dave Ramsey. Now, I made a couple of videos on this channel a while back where I said Dave Ramsey, he says don't buy gold. And I gave my thoughts on that. If you guys want to check that video out, check somewhere over here. But on today's video, I've been thinking about what Dave Ramsey thinks about cryptocurrency. So I did a little bit of research just to see what the great Dave Ramsey have to say about cryptocurrency. And this is what I found out, and we're starting now. If you guys love to talk about personal finances and mindset and you guys want to help support the Urban Lifestyle channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon so you guys get future notifications of my future videos. And to all my thumbs up squad out there, make sure you guys leave that thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting this video content out to different people. And make sure you guys leave your comments down in the comment section below. If you guys want to help support the Urban Lifestyle channel even more, consider becoming a member of the Urban Lifestyle channel and make sure you guys take advantage of some free resources down in the description below. You guys can get like $30 off M1 Finances, a free stock on Robinhood, and check out Webull. And if you guys want to join the conversation, join the Urban Wealth Creation Discord, where you can talk to like-minded people just like yourself. And at the same time, we also have a cryptocurrency section, so make sure you guys stop by and say hello. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the clip of Dave Ramsey actually talking to somebody about cryptocurrency, and then I'll go in and give my little 2 cents at the end.
I'm currently 17 years old. I'm working on a part-time job right now, and I have saved up a little bit of cash, just under $2,000, and I was looking into invest it in some, like, either in stocks or in like cryptocurrencies. I'm just wondering what your opinion is on cryptocurrencies. Is it worth it or is it not worth it?
Well, let's walk through how that works, and then maybe you can help. Maybe you can come to the same conclusion I have. Okay. My friend Rabbi Lapin, who is a world-class economist who wrote a book called Thou Shalt Prosper, says that money is spiritual. And what he means by that is money is all about trust, okay? If someone hands you a green piece of paper with a president's face on it and the number 100 on it, and you become convinced it is not a counterfeit $100 bill, you trust with good reason that you can take that somewhere and exchange it for goods or services, right?
Yeah.
But it really doesn't have any value. It's a green piece of paper. The only value it carries is the trust that it carries. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
As an example, also, I've got some money from the Civil War, Confederate dollars from the South. And you know what they'll buy over at Chick-fil-A, right? Nothing, because no one places trust in that denomination anymore, in that form of pieces of paper, because they're not currency. You follow me?
Yes.
Same thing's true. I had some friends of mine that were special forces guy brought me back a few pieces of Iraqi money with Saddam Hussein's face on it from before he was tried and hung, right? And before Iraq folded. So that money would buy you things in Iraq prior to that. Today, it wouldn't buy you anything there. It's monopoly money because there's no the trust has left it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, the reason that you hear things like currencies going up or down, the euro going up or down, or the dollar going up or down, or the yen going up or down, is the level of trust that people place in it, into its stability, and can I exchange it for goods or services? Ultimately, it becomes worth zero if no one trusts or no one will accept it for goods or services. That's my problem with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Okay, is that the trust is only among a very small group of people, and it's very volatile, and it has been full and bad deals. And so the vast majority of us on the outside looking in at that are saying, I have no trust in that. Very few people, as a percentage of the people in the human race walking the planet, use cryptocurrency because they trust it. I mean, it's one gillionth of 1%. Versus I was in France this summer, and you'd be amazed. Obviously, they transact, if you didn't know, on the euro, and a lot of them will take American dollars. And sometimes, I can go into a country where they don't accept the euro, but they'll accept the euro. because they know they can still change those American dollars or those euros out for goods or services. They can walk down to their bank with a $100 bill if you're in Paris, France, and turn it into a euro, or turn it into 100 euros very, very quickly with whatever the exchange rate is. And so the level of trust is there, even though it's not their actual currency or not our actual currency. And so you find that, all throughout if you do international travel, where you have valid currencies. But the problem with the cryptocurrency is it's very, very risky. All of that to tell you, and all of our listeners, I wouldn't put 2 nickels in that mess.
Mm-hmm.
You see why?
Yeah.
Very risky. You're very likely to learn an expensive lesson. And so at 17, what I would tell you to do is first, let's make sure you're going to college and you're going debt-free. And once you've done that, got that goal with your investing set aside, your dollars saved set aside, then the next goal I would give you, if you want to do some investing, is I would use mutual funds. Good growth stock type mutual funds. Meet with one of our SmartVestor pros. They can help you open an account if you want to experiment starting to learn about that. But the best investment that you can make if you're going to college is in you. And that's you graduating debt-free. That's the best investment, in a degree that actually has a marketplace use, not left-handed puppetry or something. But that kind of thing. So we're going to lean in. That's your best investment. But if you want to actually play with investing, single stocks are very risky too. Nowhere near as risky as something like a cryptocurrency. But currency is always based on trust.
So one of the first things that Dave Ramsey mentioned was the trust of the money. A lot of people trust the money, and that's 100% fact. Now, the reason I started buying cryptocurrency is because I see that trust is the value, and you can see a whole bunch of countries like Russia and different places are buying gold so they can actually take themselves off the US dollar being the reserve currency. And this is happening with multiple countries around the world. A lot of people is losing trust in the US dollar. Reason being, it could be a whole bunch of things, but one of my reasons I think that's going on is because the US is just printing tons and tons of money, and inflation is just hitting the dollar. So it doesn't just affect us. Since the US dollar is the reserve currency for the entire world, a lot of people are seeing this and they want to make sure they protect themselves from the dollar being devalued. Now let's talk about Bitcoin. We can actually see that this video was actually posted on around July 30th, 2017. Now, of course, we know in 2017, Bitcoin went around to $20,000 and then it crashed so suddenly. But at the same time, this video was uploaded in July. Around those times in 2017, Bitcoin was around $1,900. It did not go to the all-time highs at the time of $20,000. So the caller, being 17 years old, said, hey, you know what, man, listen, I have $2,000. I want to know, should I invest in Bitcoin or should I go into stocks? Now, of course, hindsight is always 20/20. Had the guy say, hey, you know what, I want to put everything, the whole $2,000 into Bitcoin, what would have happened at that time? By December, that $2,000 would have been close to $20,000. And of course, it would have crashed, but Bitcoin did not go back down to $2,000. He probably would have sold before, maybe around $10,000, maybe around $15,000, or maybe he would have sold just in time before it crashed. But let's just say he didn't sell. He just put the $2,000 in and he held on. At the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, we seen Bitcoin hit $40,000. He would have had $2,000 in there and he would have made over $28,000 off that one investment. Now, of course, I don't know what the guy did after that, after his talk with Dave Ramsey, but if he decided not to listen to Dave Ramsey, he would have made money. But if he did listen to Dave Ramsey and say, hey, you know what, maybe Dave Ramsey is right. Let me not buy Bitcoin. And he's probably somewhere right now like, oh my gosh, I had the opportunity to blah, blah, blah. You guys know where I'm going with this. A lot of you guys probably had that same feeling too. I know I did. When I decided to buy Bitcoin and I was like, you know what, that's too speculative. Let me not go into it. And right now I'm like, oh gosh, why didn't I just go into it? So I understand that. Now, Dave Ramsey did say it's too risky, and one of the best investment that he can do is an investment in himself as far as education and mutual funds. Now, if somebody were to ask me that, I wouldn't have said, hey, listen, no, to be honest with you, don't put your money in there. I mean, just trust me. put it somewhere else, invest in yourself, put it in education. I wouldn't have said that. I would have said, hey, listen, to be honest with you, it is a little bit risky, but at the same time, you want to be able to diversify. Hey, put enough in there. If you do lose it all, it doesn't really matter. But hey, if you do make money, hey, you made money. And that's the approach I'm actually taking now. I started buying Bitcoin around in between 18 and 20,000. And I only put a very small, minute percentage of my wealth into cryptocurrency. Enough where, hey, if it falls down and drops down and is worth nothing, okay, I tried, I failed at that, but it really doesn't matter. I ain't put that much in it. But at the same time, if it goes to $1 million, like a lot of people are speculating, I don't believe so, not anytime soon, I would be like, hey, good thing I put some money in crypto. Now, of course, the reason it is risky is because we're not too sure what's going to happen. But from my understanding, I do believe in the future we would have some way, shape, or form digitalized money. And I told myself, you know what? I want to have a stake in that. So I put a small, minute percentage, like I said before, into crypto. Now, this video is not to bash Dave Ramsey, and a lot of people may go on the comment section and say, oh, Dave Ramsey is this and Dave Ramsey is that. I do listen to Dave Ramsey, but I realize one thing. When I say I do listen to Dave Ramsey, so I take the grocery store approach when it comes to get Dave Ramsey. I'll listen to what he say. I know what I'm looking for, and I'll listen to bits and pieces of what he's saying, and I'll take it. I don't go to a grocery store and I say, hey, you know what? I'm buying an entire store. No, I just go in there and take what I need for my household. So when Dave Ramsey speaks, I do have a tremendous amount of respect for Dave Ramsey and all he's done, but I also realize he speaks to the middle class. If you're trying to get rich within the next 5 to 10 years, listening to Dave Ramsey, you're not gonna do that. Now, if you're trying to get rich for retirement 50, 60, 70 years down the line, then Dave Ramsey is the best person to listen to. My philosophy is this country and this world was actually built on risk, so staying away from risky plays, make sure you always do your research, but if you're trying to invest, the riskiest plays is where the money's at. When you put your money into mutual funds, what you're saying is, hey, I can't control my money, so I need to pay somebody else to control my money for me. Now, if that works for you, then by all means, that's good. But I always go by the philosophy, hey, if somebody else can do it, I can learn myself. I didn't say I can do it, but I can learn to do it. So I said this before on a previous video, who do you listen to? If you're in the middle class and you're trying to get set by the time like maybe 40, 50 years now for retirement, then yes, Dave Ramsey is an excellent example to listen to. Even though Dave Ramsey did take a lot of risk in his youth, but if you want to play it safe in life and take less risk, I'll say Dave Ramsey is the best person to listen to. But hey, if your goal is to get rich 10 years from now, 5 years from now, then maybe you have to look at somebody who's teaching how to do those things right now. It's within the time frame that you require. And that's just my 2 cents. I want to know what you guys think. Make sure you guys comment down below. But before we go, let me give you guys a word from my sponsor. Hey guys, Eli here. If you guys want to help support the Urban Lifestyle channel, consider becoming a member of this channel here. Got tons of exclusive content, videos uploaded every Monday through Friday, exclusive video courses. This is how I got thousands of dollars in the bank. Access to Silver Talk Uncut, Bald Head Shiny Guy. Access to a members monthly giveaway. Congratulations. A whole bunch of extra content. Yes, I know the sponsor is me, myself, I gotta make a living how I make it, right? But guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and have a beautiful day.